got a great guest today, the agent who cares. I love that tagline, the agent who cares. Guys, you have found your way to Mortgage Sense with Kevin, a common sense approach to mortgages. My name is Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and thank you so much for tuning in. I've got, every once in a while you meet somebody and you say, okay, there's a connection. All right. And I hung up with this young lady last week and thought, you know what? I can't wait to do business with this person. I can't wait to get to know her even better. So I had to have her on the show today to talk about her and her successes because it's pretty amazing. Miss Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. A nice intro.
Well, I practice, sometimes you just got to practice. So Carolyn, it's Carolyn Badgett with the Wallace Group, with the agent that cares. Did I get that 100% correct?
Caroline, think of Neil Diamond.
There you go, Caroline. All right. We had a great conversation last week, and there's so many things that stuck out. I reread my notes this week, and I love doing our podcast because I want to, and I'll tell you how I started this. So 13 years ago, with the radio show that I started, I wanted to expose all the games that were played in this business on your side of the fence, on my side of the fence. And what I've transformed all this into is I want people to know the truth. I want people to know exactly what's going to happen. I want this transaction to be 100% transparent. And I would rather tell somebody 100% the truth, guide them through this process, and they decide to use somebody else. Okay. Caroline, I can't tell you how many people have referred me business that didn't use me because they found out later what we talked about is the truth. Okay. So first and foremost, all right, tell us who you are, where you're from, how you got into business. Who is Caroline Badgett?
Born and raised in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Went to Chattanooga, where you are. Stayed there for a little bit after college. And then after 8 years in Chattanooga, moved back to Knoxville in 1993. Been here ever since. Married to young adult children.
Nice.
Got into the business 8 years ago.
8 years ago. So what got you into the business?
My husband, and he loves to take credit for this. So before the market crashed back in the late 90s, early 2000s, he was in real estate, actually at the office I am at. And then we had kids. And so he went back into the family business. Then 8 years ago, I was at home with the kids. I'm thinking, okay, my kids are getting older, probably time to go look for a job. And this just kind of came up. We were doing some transactions. We were selling our house, my mom's house, and we were moving in together because she was older. So we wanted her with us. And in the middle of all of that, Ross is like, you need to do this. And I seriously went kicking and screaming because I had seen the not so pretty side of real estate when he did it. And I was like, no, I was so glad when he got out. I didn't want to do it. I really just gave a lot of pushback on that. And finally, he just said, I've already scheduled you for class. You need to go pay Ed and you need to show up. And it has been great. I mean, this is the part he loves to take credit for because I really do. I love it. It's not always easy. It's not always pretty. I think I came in, though, with really low expectations because I really had seen the backside and I'd seen the not pretty side. That's what I was expecting. There is a lot of fun. Sure. There's a lot of great part, but that's what people see when they want to come in and they're pretty naive about it. They don't think about the other side. You got to have both sides. And so for me, it was just so much better than I had expected it to be. And God has just really blessed my business. And I get to work with people I know. Just like you, I get a ton of referrals. It's either referrals, repeats, or people I know. And that makes it fun.
And you said something there, okay? Because I truly believe this is a God thing, okay? And I go back to looking at my family. Sherry and I in August celebrated 44 years of marriage. And I look at from us moving from Dallas, Texas to Chattanooga, and then deciding to stay in Chattanooga, and I was in a completely different line of work. And it was, to me, it's a God thing. Okay. And I do not, that is not taken lightly in our case. And I appreciate you saying that, because this business, and you can see it in your eyes, you can see it on your countenance. There is something about the job that we have, and this is our jobs. Okay. It's, I've only had 2 careers, so I don't know what other careers are like. Okay. But it is all encompassing. All right. Which is, that's the good part and that's the bad part. The good part is we deal with the people's biggest purchase that they make in their lifetime, and we get very involved with our people. All right. So with that in mind, because you said you had lower expectations and you'd seen the bad side, what makes you different? Why are you having the success that you've had? Because I talk about this all the time. Between Chattanooga and Knoxville, there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 agents, and there's probably 1,000 lenders. All right.
Right.
So we have to be different in our approach. We have to be different in what we do. So what makes you different? What makes you special?
Well, as my clients, I guess, but Ross, my husband, is the one who gave me the tagline, the agent who cares. And then I formed a small team, so we're now the agents who care. And that really is the motto that we live by. I would say probably what sets me apart is stuff that people don't see. It is that back end that it is very emotional. It's good emotions, it's sad emotions. You're getting married, you're having a baby, you need a bigger house, someone just passed away, or there's a divorce. Either way, it's very emotional.
That's right.
And then on the other side, it's very emotional. So you have these heightened emotions. I feel like I am also a therapist. I'm a buffer. A lot of what I do, my clients have no idea. Now, I'm not hiding things from them. I'm not lying to them. But if I can buffer things, if I can buffer those emotions, they don't need to know the emotions on the other side to send their emotions up. So a lot of times they have no idea what goes on in the back, behind the scenes. So yeah, if I can buffer that and keep everybody calm. Sometimes there's heightened emotions I've had clients call and apologize. And I'm like, it's okay. It's emotional. Like, no, I shouldn't have ever talked to you like that. I'm like, well, I appreciate that. But if I can also buffer between husband and wife, save a marriage, marriage first always. So, it's things like that while sometimes going through it may not be the most fun, it can also be the most rewarding also. To
That's
go,
right.
you know what, I helped them through this, and everybody's happy. We all go to the closing table and we're all happy. That's where we want to get.
And it's amazing because at that, from the initial call, so we're all excited. We talk to a great lender, we get approved, and that excitement is way up here. All right. Then we start the house search, the home search. We find that home, we make that offer, and all of a sudden there's a panic. All right. And then but there's real excitement there. And every little thing that happens during that process of the loan process, the excitement gets further and further down. But at the end of the day, when they close, we're all excited again. All right. Yes. There's something that I learned a long time ago. It feels like life and death. What we do, it feels like life and death because it is so emotional. And you've talked about the emotional part of this process. However, you and I, we can either add fuel to that fire, okay, or we can be the common effect. And there may be behind the scenes conversations between me and you that we're working on, correcting a problem, fixing something.
Right.
But if we can add fuel to the fire. So if we can be the calming effect, or we can be the match.
Right.
And to me, I've always said, Caroline, we can take the lender, both agents, the inspector, sometimes the appraiser, and sometimes the title company. If we're all communicating, we can fix almost anything. Okay. Yes. And to me, the communication part of this is so very important. And to me, that's where the transparency comes from. All right. So what do you do for fun? Because I know being a realtor, you work from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you and Ross do for fun?
Well, we love to travel, and that's honestly part of why I have a team. So our team is not, oh, I get a client and I pass them off to somebody else. Almost always you're going to be working with me or whatever agent you've contacted, but we are there for each other. Sometimes life happens too.
Sure.
You know, sometimes you're sick or you've got something going on in your family, so we can cover for each other. But when we can, we like to travel. I'm trying to start pickleball, and I love to bike. And we just love being outside. And we live in a beautiful part of the country. So
Yes, we do.
we love just to go hiking and do things around here.
Nice. All right. So your business is coming from past customers. Okay.
Hmm.
I call them families. All right.
Yes.
Um, so in your database,
Hmm.
work in the database. What's a typical day for you?
So, you know, Monday morning, my calendar may be empty, but every day may be, you know, pretty light, but it fills up so quickly.
Mhm.
So today I'm going for pictures. I've got a new listing coming up. So I'm going in for pictures for that. There's always a handful of buyers. So for me, I do about 50-50 buyers and sellers. So I will have a handful of buyers that some are looking just kind of, hey, when I find the right thing, I'm ready, right? So those may go on for years. And then you've got those that are, I've got to move now. So there's the urgent, and then there's the, I'm looking, and I'm good with either one. You know, last year I closed 2 that took 5 years. I'm super patient. The
Well,
market may not be, but if you know, you're like, I don't have to move. I can be super patient. Sellers, I've got another one that's on the market. I'm going to be doing some more marketing for them. But then it's also just touching base with people. You know, how's everything going? Also, just like you said, they're family, so it doesn't end at the closing table. And I want to know, how's everything going with your house? I'm not leaving you and something breaks. I want to know what can I do? I want to be the resource. I have a lot of people that I work with that I have connections, and if I don't have the right person, I'll find someone who does. We all network together. Our company is about 500 people, 500 agents.
mhm.
So someone in there has somebody that you need, a contractor, a handyman, a surveyor, whatever. So we want to be the resource. We want to be the one that you call, even if you're not selling right now.
That's right. It takes a special person, a special mindset. What I call it the hub. Get away from my mic.
Hmm.
We're a hub of information with
Hmm.
all these different companies and all these different sources because, buying a home, it doesn't end there. Okay.
Right.
There's so many things that happen with our homes that we need resources. And
Hmm.
I like being that guy.
Yes.
Believe it or not, a little over 40% of my business now is repeat business from our database.
Hmm.
But there's a reason for that because we constantly stay involved with our families.
Hmm.
We make once a quarter, or every one of my closed loan database, they hear from us.
Yeah.
Right? They get their monthly postcards. We're constantly touching them because, like you said, life changes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was 100% correct. I'm so glad that you agreed to do this. I can't wait to do a couple of listings with you, all right, to highlight some of your listings as well.
Well, thank
Caroline,
you.
tell us what's the best way to find you?
Well, you can go to our website, theagentswhocare.com. That's easy. I don't know if you have my phone number out there, but we can put that somewhere in the comments. You can just Google me, Caroline Badgett.
Yeah, go ahead and share your phone number, and we'll put it on the big screen as well.
Okay. 865-705-7708. You can call, text. I'm also caroline.theagentswhocare@gmail.com. So I should
Fantastic.
be pretty easy to find. You can find me
It
on
is.
Facebook too.
That's right. Well, guys, again, I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans. Our number is 423-488-7571. That is answered 7 days a week. Caroline, she does take it away from me when we go to church. That's the only time there's an hour and a half a week that I can't answer a text or a phone.
Yep, I'm with you.
Yeah, I promise you, she takes my phone away because she has to. Our website is kevinblairteam.com. If you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe, tell somebody about what you've heard today. And if there's anything we can do between Knoxville, Sevierville, Atlanta, Chattanooga. We are here to help you. We're here to assist you. We're here to give you 100% accurate advice. Miss Caroline, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to do this again.
Well, thank you, Kevin. It has been fun. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
You
Look
got
forward to
it.
it again.
Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.